So we are doing our 3D sketch for around maybe less than 3 hours, 2 hours and a half probably, because it's 6 videos, but some of them are pretty long. I mean longer than 20 minutes. It's around, some of them I think 25, even I think they're a 30-minute video. Yeah. So yeah, this shows how much I just go into this, you know, because it's a passion, it's good, it's nice, it's just dragging you, and it's like a drug a little bit. But you know, also the gym, going to the gym or on some other sport, it's starting to be like a drug on your body, addictive. It's the same with 3D models. When you get better, your mind wants it, not your body, because some of the other drugs or just things that are addictive are wanted by your body. This is wanted by your brain. Your creativity inside you wants you to make something, and you just sit, open ZBrush, start from a sphere and do whatever. I very much like, when I have free time, to open ArtStation and find something very nice, and I have a lot of things saved out now that I want to do in 3D. It has to be, of course, 2D concept or just drawing or whatever, but something nice. And when I see it, I imagine it in 3D and I say, okay, this will be good. This will look good in my portfolio. Yeah, of course I'm doing it for my own agenda. It's normal, but the thing is that those 2D artists that are doing these concepts, when I show them the 3D, yeah, they're happy. They're like, wow, great, nice, thank you, it's very cool, and stuff like this. Especially if, for example, the 3D is good. And if it's not exactly good, they will be like, okay, yeah, very cool, of course, yeah, but don't do this again, please, with my concepts. Which is absolutely normal. Nobody wants their concepts to be ruined, and I'm trying to not do this. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to be good to other people's work. Okay, let's see how this will be again, because I'm still not exactly super happy about it, so we have to figure out something. Okay, this is going here, and this is this huge. It's not very big, but it's not very small either. Alright, I think this could go a little bit further in front. And I don't know if we can find a reference for this particular thing, but we'll see. Probably we won't be able to find a reference, but yeah. So this belt is going from here to here. Here this belt is attached to it. Here this belt is coming and going under. This belt is attached to it with something here going around, going here. What's going on here? So here I think the most logical thing will be, again like in the front, the big belt to come from this direction, this belt to go below it, and then, let me see, and then some triangular piece to be connecting around this area here, that is holding both this one, and this one goes below. That's the most logical, in my opinion. And since we have to figure it out ourselves, I think this will be the case. And of course, what are those things is a little bit unclear. What is this? What is this? This is something like a sword. This is something like a small sword or whatever. Or this is another axe probably, and this is a sword. Nobody knows. But we have to figure this out. Or we can just not make them. Or we can make whatever we want as long as it looks nice, which I think is the best choice here. Because we don't have art director or somebody to tell us what to do. We are our own bosses, which sometimes is very nice, but you have to know what you're doing, which is not very difficult. Alright. But I won't make these things now, because the weapons are for later time in this tutorial. For now we are doing just the other things, and the hard surface will be left behind a little bit. Of course, when I'm ready with the clothes and with the armor and belts and everything, I will turn my attention to the hard surface, and after all the hard surface is done, then I will turn my attention to the beard and hair, because the fiber mesh is tricky. It takes a little bit more time and a little bit more thinking, because the hair, we have it, but we don't exactly know what it looks like from behind or something. But we will just have to make some pieces of hair, make them curly, and just move them around. Probably this will do, but we'll see. So another thing I like to do is, I think this red thing here, let's see it from up close if we can. Okay, if you can see it, oops, this red thing, I think this is kind of a bride, and this is some kind of a thing on this bride, and I think I will do it. But let's go ahead and do this, go here, and I will show you a little bit of hard surface modeling right now. Append a cylinder. This will be this bright thing. Remove the perspective, because we don't want to work in perspective for now. Make it small, go here, make it long and small, and it will be like this size probably. And then this will be the case, but here in the top and the bottom we'll have something a little bit different. So I'll move my pivot here by holding Alt and moving. Without Alt, I'm moving the geometry. With Alt hold, you see, when I hold Alt, this this padlock here is, you know, Alt and move. Without Alt, you see the padlock is locked, so I'm moving the geometry. So with Alt, I'm moving the padlock, the whole pivot, and then I can do this or whatever. So I think this will be the case here. Then I will select this, make it smaller, and then probably this, move it here, because if I go like here, you can see what's happening. It's not exactly a bad thing, but I want more control, so I'll do this, and then this. And this is something like what I want. I'll move it like this. And then I'll move like this. Then what I'll do is del hidden from del this part, and then I want to have the same thing in the bottom, but first I want this to look like a sphere a little bit, the top part. So how do we do that? We just add some geometry with the Z-Mesher brush, Z-Modeler brush, excuse me, Z-Modeler brush, move here, enlarge, so it's a little bit like a sphere, but not quite exactly yet. So I'll move this, make it like this, and then probably I will get this point here and just move it like this. And it will be like a sphere. I want it to be a little bit smaller, maybe, but that's the way it is for now. We'll see. I may make changes, we'll see. So now, what I want to do is flip it around. So mirror, Let's see here. Y, yes, not X, because X will make it on the side. Y will make it like this. And we'll see it goes to the top, but it's not a problem because I mask this, move this to the bottom, transparency, and then I will move my pivot here almost to the center and try to align those very closely like this. And when they are almost perfectly aligned, I will go here and press weld points. And now they should be welded. How do you understand? Okay, now they're welded, definitely. So we have this, and we will move it right here into his hair. And this will be a little bit of a, how do I say, bright jewelry or something onto his hair. We'll see how we will make it exactly. But for now, I wanted just to sit there to remind me that I have to do something about this. Reminder. I just made a reminder. I just spent like so many minutes, maybe like 8 minutes doing a reminder, but yeah, time is valuable, but the thing is that we have to use it in ZBrush, and however time we use, it will repay us because it's practice, again, I'm telling you. So if you're not as fast as me, relax, I haven't been that fast always. It just came with practice. When I started, I was super slow. I didn't know about the shortcuts, I didn't know about some layout which I will use. I didn't know about anything, and I just started to work, and I worked slow because I didn't know the shortcuts, I didn't know where anything was. But after a few years, I realized what I want from ZBrush, what I want from life itself. No, that I haven't realized yet. But I realized what's my most used programs, not programs, but commands here, most used keys and stuff. And I just made them into this menu here. And also I just put them all over the place here. So I rarely go into menus, just for some things that I don't do regularly. And I think I'm pretty fast. I'm pretty fast compared to most ZBrush artists, especially those artists that are young and don't have experience. And of course, this is not something to be proud of, because it's normal. But why don't I just push my self-esteem a little bit? Why not? I have the right to do, to do so. Alright, we have some folds here, we have this thing, and yeah, this is pretty difficult. I mean, I'm having difficulties thinking how this will go and overlap this thing, and where it will go after that, go around here and overlap this, and this is going pretty ugly. We have to spend a lot of time thinking about this, just sketching it first and then making it refined and more refined, and then it will be a nice belt. It's not a belt, it's some kind of a fabric belt stuff. Yeah, I know how it's in Bulgarian, I don't know how it's in English, so I'm sorry. Maybe I'll have to Google it. Yeah, I've Googled it. I'm very fast, you can see. So it's a sash or waistband. So this we'll call it waistband, it's way easier. Yeah, you have neckband, we have something, but here we don't have neckband. We have just this waistband, which is too hard to do for an experienced 3D artist. Yeah, sorry for that. Don't be alarmed by this. I think we can do it, just I'm not super sure. Because, I can do it. You see, I did it. It looks awful, but I can do it. But can I do it in order for it to look fine? Can I do it nicely? That's a very big question, and that's what we'll find out in just a few hours, probably. Yes. I'll probably have to consider making what I teach you to make. I mean, like, find reference. Because I'm always use references and stuff, and I'm always using references when it comes to the important stuff. When it comes to I'm working, for example, for a character in work, and I want it to be as good as possible because I have colleagues that are also character artists, and I wanna make something that to push them to do something better, and they are doing the same. They're doing something, and wow, yeah, I have to do better because I'm left behind. I have to, So we are pushing constantly each other, just friendly competition. Yeah, with the occasional fist fights, but nothing too personal, It's pretty normal. Yeah, no fist fights, of course. It's just a friendly competition, like I said. Just I'm watching and I say, okay, this guy is doing this very nice, like eyes, or he's doing very nice fabric or hair. And I'm like, wow, I have to learn this because, this guy, he's not better than me. And I like hit him with something. No, I just start learning and break his hands. No, of course not. Why should I do that? It's what? No, of course not. Just starting to this is pushing me to get better. Of course, this is just me. I look for other artists always, and I'm inspired by their job, and I say, okay, maybe I should be better artist, because if I stay the same level like I am now, I probably won't be as competitive as I am now. In a few years, I'll be out of the competition, which I don't want to be. I want to be just on top of everything, always. So I'm trying, I'm practicing, I'm doing my best, especially when the project is something that I like. And these days I'm very happy to have that. So, but that's not mandatory, You have to do whatever it's necessary. And if you want to be a character artist just for characters, which I want, and I am, and not do anything else, because sometimes people hire you and they give you general things, like they give you to make a house, then they give you to make a mouse, then they give you to make a bounce. No, they give you a shotgun, then they give you some environment, rocks, and you're like, what? When I will make characters? Yeah, about that, you have to have pretty good portfolio. You have to just try hard and make yourself a good portfolio before you are good enough to make characters. But don't hesitate if you find a job where they will just give you anything to do. Don't hesitate, take it, because in this kind of environment, in a studio environment, you will find people with your passions. They will probably move you forward. You will learn some new things. You can ask for the things. For example, if I wasn't in a studio environment when I was learning ZBrush, it could have been a little bit harder. There were no tutorials like this one I'm doing now. Back then, there were different tutorials, of course, but the thing is that I don't think there was a complete tutorial of making a character from scratch, from concept art and like this, and explaining without speeding up and everything. There was no such thing, and yet there are no many tutorials like this even. So I think if you're looking at this tutorial, and probably you are if you are hearing this, what I'm saying, you're pretty lucky to have this, because this will be very, very fast way for you to learn what is to do and what is not to do in a character design or character making in ZBrush. So yeah, don't skip ahead, just listen and learn. And I'm capable, I'm not, I think I'm capable of learning, teaching you. I'm learning constantly, of course. Don't think I'm not, I'm always doing, like I said, just for warm-up in work, when I have no too much work. Just for warm-up I'm doing heads from spheres. Just female heads, because female is a little bit more difficult for me. Now I'm starting to get pretty good at it, especially after, not after, but before I did the female tutorial in ZBrush, how to make a female, and it's a bestseller. It's pretty well received by the audience. They like it. So I think this tutorial also will be nice, but that one is just pretty good because it's a female, it's beautiful female, and yeah, this it's just people, when they see the head image, they see a beautiful girl and they just are immediately attracted by it. So this is rules of attraction, you know. This tutorial, for example, I don't think it will be so much attractive for a lot of people, but it will show probably the same things. But that's the thing. Many people are preferring to learn from kind of a big and muscular guy with armor and stuff, instead of from beautiful girl with a few armors, and yeah. And this guy is not super armored, like you see, but he has a lot of layers of clothing. For example, you can see he has these pants, he has this on top of them, and this is on top of that. On top of that is this sash or waistband. On top of that is this belt. So a lot of things going on here. And this is making the model very interesting. Yeah, so let's look at perspective. I will look at it more closely and see if there's something else we have to do. In the back it's a little bit, we don't have too much going on out there. And I mistakenly did this, but this is a leather here, so it's not chainmail. Like you can see, the leather is coming, going in the back, and probably we can do in the back as we did here with those belts, but I think it's a one piece on the back. Maybe there's some kind of design here in the back, something like this, another piece of leather coming here, and here's something like a bull's head. Why not? Bull's head. Yeah, it just came out to me. It's Chicago Bulls emblem or logo. Yeah. But back in the days, before because I remember Chicago Bulls logo from I was young. When I was young, Chicago Bulls were the best with Michael Jordan and stuff. And now I don't think they are so much. But back then they were like the top. And Miami Heat also not bad. Lakers were nice. But Chicago Bulls were my favorite American team, basketball. If somebody don't know, American basketball was popular in Bulgaria in like 98, 99, around this era. So I was watching. Alright. So I think probably, yeah, we have no time for anything right now. But I think we are mostly done with the 3D sketching and we can start making the main forms from scratch and yeah, extracting and making them. It will be very much fun, but long and meticulous process. But fun. Or not so much, we'll see. Okay, let's figure out here. He's protecting his neck and side of the head from with this, so it will go a little bit up and then making an arch, maybe a little bit sharper in this area here. Arch that will go down here, and here what will happen is completely unknown, but probably it will be something like the front, a little bit like this. Yeah, I think this is pretty nice. Alright, and this one here, this one is a little bit on top, a little bit bigger, and this one is not so much, but yes. Let's figure this out a little bit, and I will start making it. And yeah, we are out of time for this video, so I'll see you in the next one when we will finish this 3D sketch. We will not make it perfect, because we can spend a lot of hours, like maybe 3 or 4 hours more, but we won't do that, because we need only the main things. Just figure them out and we'll see. So see you in the next one.